Alright, guys, we are live for our first ever live stream of IcoPals. Yeah, this is our first live IcoPals. You guys ready?
Yes, I guess we are. But, as we were going...
Yeah. So we didn't really start yet, just live streaming. And then once the IcoPals thing start, you'll know by... Yeah, when you'll know, but I'm just saying like questions at the end.
Yep.
So we're gonna give it like 2-3 seconds easy edit. Did you just broke the headphones?
You just broke the... How did you break them?
No, in all fairness, this was like I can work with.
Congrats! And we just started our IcoPals podcast, like episode 2, and Dave's like, I broke the headphones.
I can work with this.
It's not bad. I'll buy you. No, Santa will give you something for Christmas.
We'll probably get the...
Spider-Man one.
Oh yeah, does your work sell them?
I hope so. Let me go live on this. Alright, so we're gonna start the live in 3, 2, 1. Wait.
Are you doing the teaser?
No, I thought you were doing the music. I thought you said the IcoPals theme. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, sorry.
No, you can go.
Okay. What is up, ladies? It's Adam here.
And Alex.
And David.
And we're finally doing an IcoPals episode 2 of the podcast. Today we are doing the podcast of Mr. Pepsi Phil himself.
Mr. Brooks.
Phil freaking Brooks. And by the way, we are doing a live podcast here on Twitch/YouTube/GrizzlyKid4. That is right. And by the way, guys, if you haven't already on Spotify and Amazon Music, this is going to be on. Please follow us here on the go, GrizzlyKid4, on both Twitch and YouTube. We live stream almost every day. It is great. And by the way, if you guys got questions and answers and all that,
Questions and answers?
you know what I mean.
We'll do it at the end.
At the end, or maybe after each segment of Pepsi Phil's adventure.
That could be like our ad break.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We're just gonna.
Yeah.
We're definitely probably gonna be editing through this podcast to make it smooth as ice for you guys.
Let's make it clear. We're just doing his AEW.
Oh God, WWE would be like.
And we
longer.
will be discussing the future for Mr. Phil Brooks.
By the way, thank you, David, for just putting CM Punk's face on the Pepsi Man ad.
So
It's great. So, anyways, without further ado, if you guys enjoy this, give the big fat like on YouTube. Follow us here on Spotify and subscribe or follow us here on
and other
Twitch.
podcasts forums,
Yeah.
I think.
So let's start the video.
Let's start the podcast, brother.
All right. So it starts August 20th, 2021, Chicago, Illinois. The First Dance AEW Rampage, the 7-year return. And this is quoting CM Punk.
Yes, we're all. By the way, through this whole journey, we're just gonna be. Are we quoting just Phil Brooks himself?
There's going to be other quotes from other people.
By the way, with all the rumors going on with Punk going Survivor
We
Series
will
and all-
get to this.
What was that, this Saturday?
Yes, we will discuss
No, I'm just
that.
saying it's sad to find out we're doing it now.
Yes, that's
Like going all in.
that's what we were trying to do, Adam. This is what we're trying to do.
Alright, go.
All right. So this is Punk when he came out. And I quote, "If at all through my journey, any of my personal choices or decision related to my life made you feel disappointed or let you down, let me just say I understand. If you all try to understand that I was never going to get healthy physically, that physically that got me sick in the first place. Physically, mentally, spiritually, or emotionally, staying in the same place that got me sick in the first place. I made a place where people could come to work, get paid, learn their craft, and love professional wrestling. His Ring of Honor mentioned. So that was the first dance. So what?
The first, basically the first
was
time
mine.
I gotcha. Alright, so by the way, you might hear background noises. We apologize. There's
It's a hockey game.
Wolfpack game going on right now with my brothers and all.
Yeah.
Him and my dad. You know.
But we
Sports.
Adam.
But anyways, with that in mind, I just wanted to get that fair warning, so you might hear that in the background during our podcast. So, anyways,
We'll edit it out.
but with that in mind, with the first dance where he came back, I remember personally being like, "Oh my God, CM Punk's back! Holy shit, that's crazy!" AEW won. And once we go further,
Just look it up. It's amazing though.
Yeah.
Like,
you had a fan freaking cry, for Christ's sake.
But
Well, I bet he was 40-year-old
but the thing
Mark.
is,
But anyways,
this.
yeah.
It's like it was so significant. It was a key moment in the video game. It's this
video game.
AEW the game.
Oh, Fight. I totally forgot. Dude, you want to know how long ago we played that?
The charity stream.
No, I'm saying like when we got
Oh.
to that point in Road to Elite.
Yeah, but
That
the
was a long
thing
time
is
ago.
this.
I think that was our first
That
playthrough.
was a moment, and all I could think is, let's see what happens from here. Let's see if CM Punk has any ring rust. Let's see if CM Punk, because of we know his UFC career wasn't that bright.
and this is the first time in 7 years he went to wrestling.
Yeah.
How would it look? How would he fit
Exactly.
in?
Exactly.
And what do you think of the line? I was never going to get healthy physically, mentally, or emotionally staying in the same place that got me sick in the first place. Keep that in mind until we
Yeah.
get to the end.
Yeah, true. Well, you're probably going to have to remind me on that
Yeah.
because, let's be honest, probably going to be a 2-hour plus podcast for Punk.
Yeah.
But with that in mind, though, like, with Punk, though, like, I bet, like, if I remember correctly, he did break the wrestling Twitter page. The Twitter, or the X
And
now.
look at this. Is back when CM Punk was on what was that thing on Fox for
Oh, backstage.
on WWE Backstage when he said he just broke the internet on that. That was huge. That's when you seen that. Everyone kept going. I need to watch this to see more Punk. So
These must see.
So CM Punk will know we want him back into wrestling, and that was that big point too.
Exactly. And as we go, like, with the live chat here, I'm just quickly going to go. We're not going to go back and forth. As we're recording this, it is Thanksgiving time. We are recording this. It's going to be on Spotify, by the way. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone in the chat. I'm not going to give out names for Spotify just because,
Yeah.
you know, how
It's going out. But
confidential. But with that in mind, though, like, definitely happy Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is going to be Thursday tomorrow, but when we
as a
upload
recorder.
this,
Okay.
probably
now
Friday,
fast
Saturday.
now
Continue with the podcast.
continuing fast forwarding to Dynamite, May 2022, Las Vegas. I said I was going to destroy you, annihilate you, to embarrass you, and I didn't mean at Double or Nothing. I mean right now. Quote Hangman Page. I've been waiting for this moment not for weeks, but for months. You talk a big game about workers' rights, yeah? Well, you shown the exact opposite since you got in here. Quote Hangman Page. I will be here defending All Elite Wrestling from you. Quote Hangman Page.
Oh yeah, cause like with that in mind, like with the Hangman, like actually it kind of felt real, cause wasn't this when the controversy was he was stirring the pot. It was like, yeah, we're gonna do this.
So, but like, dissect it. Like, dissect that whole thing. Do you, like, was there legitimacy to that rage? Because Hangman claimed it was, I was just doing a promo. I was just being wrestler. Do you feel that there was, because if you look at it, Punk was not happy.
Didn't he mention, like, Colt Cabana or something?
Well,
To a point. Like,
the whole workers'
here's
right.
the thing is, the workers' right thing. You know what I say, Punk, on that? Cry me a river. Like, seriously, it's wrestling. He, of all people, knows I'm taking shots at somebody.
But the biggest thing
Look
is,
at, before you go there, I just want to say, look at Vince McMahon.
and look at the Miz.
Yeah, like, oh, Miz with the Saudi thing.
Yeah.
What he said, like, suck
Yeah.
Saudi dick.
I'm
Eat a
I'm-
Saudi dick.
No,
Eat a side
this.
dick?
Miz
I'm like,
says
come
that
on.
Miz, Punk trashed Miz, and Miz, I believe Punk trashed Miz first, and Miz said, I'm sorry I couldn't break the internet, and Punk had offense because Miz said that. It's like,
No, it's like, seriously, though.
But,
Like, Phil. Pepsi
what-
Phil.
what the
Come
Pepsi
on.
Phil saga is basically is
Phil Saga.
Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart are with the Hangman situation.
Oh, it's exactly that. And it's like, honestly, my opinion is like, with that part alone, I'm like, Phil, first off, Phil, CM Punk, I'm calling him Pepsi Phil right now, because this is Pepsi Phil right now. You should, like, first off, be professional. Second of all, freaking remember, you did this too. You've been doing this for like how many years now?
Yeah.
You did it with Vince McMahon. You did it with Big Show. You did it with
Let's
freaking
But here's the thing,
Sheamus, I think?
not to interrupt you, but it's a double-edged sword. It goes both ways. Like the disrespect that Punk gave. Well, we'll go later. But what do you thought of it? And remember this quote: "I will be here defending all elite wrestling from you."
because like I feel like kind of knew like
I think he like they knew like is like Sutton. Sutton was stirring up.
unless they
himself.
didn't know it at the time. They're thinking like, oh, this big star, like he kind of had a hot head in WWE. Maybe we can use this.
So going on.
I could be wrong, of course, but
I got like generic dates here, but May 2022, Double or Nothing, CM Punk beats Hangman Page for the AEW title.
was this where he botched the freaking buckshot lariat?
Yes.
Twice.
His first major world title since WWE.
Oh, that's wait, 2022?
Yeah. And the last time he had it, what was it, 2013?
No, I think 2012.
2012. Summer.
No, 2012? No, 2013 because it was WrestleMania New York, New Jersey. Because
Oh,
29. Rumble.
Yeah.
Think Rumble.
yes,
Okay,
because of the Rumble. He was becoming.
He beat. He lost to Dwayne. So yeah,
2020.
So almost like a decade.
yeah.
A decade to what? So, and then I'm going to go on. June 3rd, 2022, Rampage. Like, we're seeing like Dynamite, Rampage, pay-per-view. But Rampage is injured, and there was he was an interim champion.
I hate that, by the way. I hate the interim champion stuff. I feel it's
Adam,
like
we heard this on the last podcast.
I won't.
Yeah.
It's been
So-
a while, but I've refreshed. It just feels like a hot
cop-out?
pocket. It's a hot pocket.
A cop-out.
Not hot pocket, hot potato. And look at this. Like at the end of the day, you're just gonna give it back to that person.
Yeah.
Which is like, what's the point?
Like it's holding, like like no controversy. I can see why, but going on. August 17th, 2022. There's someone from around these parts that I would like to challenge to a rematch, and I would like to do it right here, right now. Hangman Page, come out here, quote CM Punk. And then, Hangman does not come out. That's not that's not cowboy shit. That's coward shit. A little bit of advice, and I suggest you take it. You take it. The apology must be as loud as the public, as loud and as public as the disrespect. And if anyone else has a problem with that, with the champ, well, I suggest you come on down. Quote CM Punk, and yeah.
Oh, was that like? Oh,
That-
because Hangman, like, he didn't know what to do in that.
Yeah,
situation,
the
did he?
whole thing is Punk went off script, and that was another problem people had.
With that in mind, first off, like, I don't mind people going off script, like, unless if it's for the rivalry with the person he's dealing
Yeah.
with.
But that's like personal.
Well, yeah, that was a fucking that was a shoot.
But for that, yes, it's like Hangman had nothing to do with the story at Progression at the time. And the other thing is, Hangman
nice-
was warned, you don't go out there, you're fucked. You do go out there, you're fucked.
So he's,
Yeah, it was a double fuck you situation.
Because if he went out there, he would have been the troublemaker. By staying in the back, he's the coward.
in a way, like, and plus, like, I know, like, if he did, like, let's say he went out, Tony Khan would eat his ass over
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
like,
And it's like, it's sad. Like, honestly, after this whole Punk thing with Hangman Page, I honestly feel like Hangman Page, like, got the cop out of the thing.
but honestly, it's like more will go into that later on. So
And
I'm
it's
gonna,
sad. With that, though, I just say, again, unprofessional by CM Punk.
yeah, like Hangman.
Very unprofessional. And it's like, in this business, you gotta be professional. You can't be a spoiled brat in the kindergarten locker room, so...
All right, so here we go. August 24th, 2022, AEW Dynamite, and I'm just gonna go and I'm just gonna go to the pay-per-view. AEW Dynamite. Moxley defeats CM Punk to become undisputed World Heavyweight Champion, and then later on, in the next week, August 31st, 2022, Chicago, Illinois. Moxley said this. Now, keep this in mind. Fragile ego, fragile body, weak mind, and weak spirit. Quote John Moxley. And then Chicago, Illinois, AEW. So this was all take place in Chicago. Ace Steel fires CM Punk up to accept Mox's challenge. September 4th, 2022, All Out. Or no, that was probably the next week. So September 4th, 2022, All Out Chicago. Punk beats Mox for the title and MJF returns because they were having that rivalry there. Before I get into the media scrum, what's your thoughts on all that?
The big thing is, you knew Punk was going to get the title back. And
Yeah.
it's like, I'm shocked that Mox didn't get like a bigger punishment for his comments on Punk with soft mind.
Well,
soft
here's
body.
the thing with Tony Khan. He's a big fan. He's thinking, oh, wow, this is great.
Yeah.
He's a mark.
Yes, no,
Tony
I'm saying
Khan's a
with,
fucking
I'm
mark.
saying with Punk.
Yeah.
Punk.
That's a whole nother podcast, Tony
Yeah.
Khan.
I like the guy, like how he's a fan of the business, but I'm gonna just flat out say now before we continue. With the business, you can't be a big fan and like you can't be a
right.
softie.
And yeah, and
You can't be a softie at
and-
all.
Yeah.
So, and this is 1 year. 1 year, and he already is.
He's already stirred up trouble.
David, do you got the so far or how long he held the title?
I
know-
think it was a couple weeks. Like,
Oh, no.
No, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me go
He-
back to the notes. Punk beat Hangman. So May, June, June 3rd.
Didn't he get injured?
That was June 3rd, so I think a week.
Because they went to Chicago and he jumped in the fans.
And-
So a week, we'll just give it a week.
And then he didn't return until August.
Yes, and then he won the title back when?
No, he lost to Moxley, but then won it back in September 4th.
Okay, then so that's basically a week and a day so far. We'll do a week and a day. That's his title run right now, guys. A week and a day so far. We don't got the numbers, and we're just ad-libbing, but let's go on.
Okay. That same night, the media scrum, and this is going to be long, so Punk sits down to Tony Khan, eating Mindy's muffin, and we'll just go from here. Mindy's Bakery, Mindy's muffin.
A muffin from the bakery.
Yeah, and we're gonna have music here just to get the mood for all this. If you fancy yourself a journalist, even if it's for a silly world of professional wrestling, and you have journalistic integrity, people who report things mostly that are bullshit and slanderous lies against myself. If you are friends with somebody, you should probably disclose who you're friends with. Going on. I haven't had anything to do with Scott Colton, Colt Cabana, in almost a decade. Probably wanted nothing to do with him even longer than that. And it's fucking unfortunate that I have to come up here and speak on this. My friendship with Scott ended long before I paid all his bills. I have every receipt, email, invoice. I have the email where he said I will agree to go on my own separate ways, get my own lawyer, and you don't have to pay anymore. When I have to sue him through discovery, we discovered he shared a bank account with his mother. In 2022, I haven't been friends with this guy since at least 2014. And the fact that I have to sit up here because we have irresponsible people who call themselves EVPs and couldn't manage a fucking Target and spread lies and bullshit and put into the media that I gotten someone fired when I have nothing to do with him. I'm trying to run a business. I'm going on. I'm old, I'm tired, and I work with fucking children. Quote CM Punk. And
I'm sorry to interrupt, but
that's it.
Okay, I love how you're reading it like a court case, like, quote CM Punk, quote Hangman Page.
I say this now, freaking, it's CM Punk on that.
Thoughts on that?
First off, the meme, I'm old, I'm tired, I deal with fucking children.
It was brilliant for memeable.
The funny thing, what got me though, before I give my personal opinion on this, the fucking Target thing, what was it?
Can't even manage a Target.
Can't even manage a fucking Target. And I find it funny because I work at Target.
Like,
Me and Dave work there, and it's like, we know what it's like.
So let's dissect.
Let's be honest.
Let's dissect.
Young Bucks managing a Target, how would that be?
Super kick prices.
No, super kick sales!
It would be funny, super kick sales like that.
No, streamers.
We're having
50% off.
No. See that price? See that price? I want you to give it a super kick to make it cheaper. Yeah!
Hangman going through the horse. Half off.
It's so great.
Okay, so
With that though,
First, we get a Target Stampede match now.
I'm gonna sound like a broken record here, but it's unprofessional. First off, Colt Cabana, he had nothing to do with this fucking thing.
And the whole thing is this.
Wait, by the way, fuck Phil Brooks on that. Like, come on, what did Colt Cabana do?
What doesn't help is I can understand getting asked all the time, did you get Colt Cabana fired? How many times is he asked this question on social media?
Keyword though, social media.
No. Let me finish. Yes, you just interrupted.
I
me.
know it. I'm sorry.
The thing is this. I'm saying social media, interviews, when he's even going on to like the
All these
radio.
dirt sheets.
Yeah.
All these dirt sheets are reporting that, and like, well, here's the thing. His private life is going public.
Yeah.
He did well. What we're referring to is the podcast that he did when he left WWE
Yeah.
on bad terms, and WWE and the Doctors sued Punk and Colt Cabana.
But
He's thinking though, Colt Cabana wasn't the one that fucking backstabbed.
yeah, the other thing is this: is for that moment, for the podcast or for the interview, the best part about it is the memes that you got out of it.
No, of course.
And that's pretty much it. It's like,
But if you really look in reality, it's just sad.
yeah,
And it's like, here's the thing, like, it's sad that a friendship that went on for like, what, over like 20 years maybe? Break up over a fucking lawsuit because CM Punk lied to his own best friend saying,
yeah.
hey, I'll pay for your the whole thing.
But-
No, let's be honest, Punk. Out of everybody, I'm just flat out saying this now, this shoot, whatever you want to call it, but with Colt Cabana, compare Colt Cabana to you, CM Punk.
Well, here's the thing. The sad
And
thing,
WWE too.
no, but
Like,
the
he had
sad
that big
thing,
paycheck.
the sad thing is WWE pretty much destroyed a friendship.
Yeah.
Like with the
Exactly,
lawsuit.
no,
because,
that's what I'm saying though, like, freaking, but Punk, like, he lied about saying he would pay for the
Yeah.
whole lawsuit with
But
Colt
then,
Cabana.
like what Punk said, Colt Cabana said he won it, but then it's just a whole messy thing, and
I say this now, like, if you literally actually be adults and actually sat down and talked to each other instead of being fucking children, and this goes same with the AEW locker room, with this whole thing with the VPs and all
Yeah.
that. If you actually sat down and talked to each other like adults and not grown-ass fucking children, freaking, you could probably make a fucking solution. Like, seriously, it's not that hard.
And here's the thing.
When you have an argument, you would talk like civilized people, not like you're in the fucking kindergarten fucking playground.
And like going back to this,
That's one thing I hated about it.
going back to this, workers' rights promo, and we're protecting you, All Elite Wrestling from you. Going to this, and with
It was
like,
scripted.
well, here's the thing: was it going with the Dirt Sheet Riders, Alvarez's of all them?
Okay. If it's,
Well,
it's
well,
Brian
here's-
Alvarez and
Meltzer.
Dave Meltzer, it must be true.
No. Well,
Wink,
listen.
wink.
Well, listen.
Just listen to what David's saying.
Listen to me.
I'm
like,
just saying my thing. I'm just saying my
well,
case.
no. Like, look at Punk is out there, and who is Alvarez buddy with or Meltzer? The Young Bucks, EVPs. Like,
Oh, yeah,
like,
no shit. Meltzer
no.
kissed-
yeah,
But here's the thing with Punk, like.
He
Like
gives
his
Kenny Omega
public,
5-star matches.
no,
20-star matches. at this point. I don't know.
his like when stuff goes public and it's on the web. The hardest thing to be is a celebrity. You want all the fame and fortune, but with this, it's an open transcript. We're
Yeah.
reading it, and it's
No, I get that.
it's in the public. And what he felt like they were assassinating his character, even though he had nothing to do with it. But going on, or do you want anything?
No, I think I'm good with that.
Yeah,
So-
Alvarez.
So, August 4th, 2022, All Out Chicago, and we're not going to go into everything, but after the media scrum, the Elite went into Punk's locker room with Ace Steel, Larry, and Steele's wife.
Larry!
Steele's wife at the time, who pretty much was in a cast. And
Wait,
they,
at the time? Wait, they got a divorce?
No, they're still married, but
Why you said at the time?
No, at the time she was in a cast.
Oh, how you say like the Reddit? No, like they were married
and
at
they
the time.
and they had a fight. Tony, they had a fight. Like, it's all public. You can look on it. Like,
basically,
who
Kenny
started-
Omega. Let me give you the quick note. Kenny Omega got munched by Ace Steel. A lot of fists thrown in the air. Kenny Omega protects Larry.
Throwing
It was
chairs
great.
and all that.
It was crazy.
And it's like, it depends, because with this, it's like, everyone has their camp
Yeah.
that would say their own thing. And
He
all,
said, she said.
yeah, and also before, like during the media scrum, Tony Khan was right there. And it was in front of everybody. And
No, wait. Oh, no. He was in the press conference.
yeah, during the media scrum.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and also the thing is, Punk is like, the thing they had problem with, all these people are not listening to like the veterans are saying how to do stuff.
And wasn't it Jericho that brought Khan the news on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Don't
the
it,
other
if I
thing
remember?
is this: the biggest point on I have to make before we end this part, is Punk did say in the interview, "Oh, if you have a problem with me, you know where to find me."
Oh, yeah, and he basically invited them in
yeah,
for a
an
fight.
open invitation.
Yeah, here's the thing. Punk, again, like, I know, I love CM Punk, but it may sound like I'm bashing him a lot. I love Punk. He's one of my favorite wrestlers. But, again, you just say, hey, God, Punk, hey, I'm on fight. Even
Yeah.
though my UFC career says how I'm good at fighting. But besides the point, freaking, I'm here for you. Come on, come at me.
Well,
That's the thing, like, okay, if you're gonna stay
it's an
friends
open
like that-
invitation.
Yeah.
So,
So,
pretty much-
honestly, he gets what he deserves in this
Yeah.
case.
so going on. Do you have
those
anything to
marks
say
are gonna
about that?
have me,
Or
but-
No, that's all what I.
Alex,
So-
you know the bugs are going after us
Yeah.
on this.
so okay.
What I do.
Okay, so September 7th, 2022, Tony Khan stripped CM Punk and the Elite because the Elite won the Trios title. So
I
all the
forgot about that.
titles are gone.
Was
So
that from
I-
the House
Oh
of
no,
Black?
let me finish.
Okay,
let me
I'll let-
Was
finish.
that from House of Black too, or was that?
No, this was way
Death
before.
Triangle.
No, that was the first time.
Yeah.
No, I know the Trios trial. Was getting Death Triangle
I
with
think
the
so.
Yeah,
Elite?
yeah, that's.
and
remember.
pretty much in suspense all parties that were involved. So let me read this motley crew here. It involves Pat Buck, Michael Nakazawa, Brandon Cutler, and Christopher Daniels. Around this time, reports said that AEW locker room did not want Punk back. Going back to the phrase, "I'm trying to protect all elite wrestling from you."
Nobody loves me.
So going on, I'm just gonna read like to Full Gear, the next pay per view.
I'm just gonna say one thing. So keep note. We just kind of rounded up. So that would be a week and 2 days, and that's him as world champion.
Yeah.
And that's your world champion. That's a key point I wanted to.
Oh yeah, definitely, and it made the company look bad. It like honestly, it was the biggest thing. Like I remember like watching the media scrum, it was like holy shit, like shit's going down.
Let's be honest. I know Tony Khan's gonna probably fuck me, blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing. When it makes the company look bad, this was in the hints of everything going on with like what was Khan was saying shit too back.
Oh no, Tony Khan and like WWE, but it wasn't as bad.
That's
It wasn't as bad. That's another
cut. That's
podcast.
another.
But
cut.
but
No,
here's
I'm just
just
saying though, like no matter what though, like Khan with this, I swear he needs like a bodyguard or some fucking shit like to like control the locker room.
here's the
He
thing.
needs I don't know, an enforcer for the locker room.
And here's the thing. Where was Tony Khan to try to prevent this back then when Punk did the promo and like all this
Yeah.
getting leaked?
You know what? You need someone like the Undertaker.
Like people give Vince McMahon crap, but at least he's right in the middle of stuff. He mediates this, and it's like the buck stops at him.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna say this now. I know Khan's full in his head. Vince is probably one of the best fucking company owners. Here's the thing. Do you see this shit happening to Vince? Like, let's say this. I don't
No,
want.
like
I don't want to trade like blows to Jeff Hardy. TNA with Jeff Hardy when he was in that incident.
He would've
Vince
never
would've
sent them
never had that happen. The media scrum with CM Punk. Vince would be like, "Get the hell out, pal." He won't take shit from anybody. And
The
here's the
buck
thing.
stops at Vince. Vince.
And here's
where
the
does
thing.
it stop in AEW?
I say this now. Hey, Khan, if you want to have a successful company, pal, you need to have a backbone like Vince. If you can't handle it, that's okay. It's okay to be a good guy. I know you want to be nice to everybody, but have somebody like the right-hand man
Yeah.
say the decisions.
He needs a right-hand man. Going
You agree with
on-
me, though?
No,
Like, yeah.
I was gonna say you can go to the next part.
But yeah, no, I agree with that. I just wanted to put that in. Also, 11/19/2022, so November, the Elite returns. Also, Ace Steel got fired, and the Elite returns. So Ace Steel got fired, Punk's best friend, that was in the altercation. So, and then like that's it for 2022, and like pretty much there's like been reports that or do I have it in the notes? No, it's in the notes later on. So yeah, no, like that, is Punk gonna return? Is that it for CM Punk? It's like,
First off, with like, I'll pause you there for a sec. With Ace Steel, I remember when I heard this news, I was cheering in joy because he fucking deserved it. But nowadays, I'm like, I don't want anyone to go jobless. It's a tough time. This was before COVID, right? Yeah,
no, after.
No,
It's after.
yeah.
It was so sad.
But he's working in Impact. Impact now, right?
Yeah.
He's back in
But-
Impact.
That's what you get when you go munchy on Kenny Omega's arm.
But let's continue, David.
he wanted food.
So pretty much, so July 6th, no, June 6th, sorry. June 6th, or June 17th, 2023, Collision, Chicago, Illinois. A brand new show for AEW, the debut episode. CM Punk returns.
Collision.
So this
Oh,
is
man.
going to be another long one, so another long quote.
Phil, what did you do this time?
Let's listen.
Add some music, boom, and that's going to be a post. But no, adding music now. I'm tired of being nice. I'm still here as long as I am in this professional wrestling. I'm in the professional wrestling business, and it's a business of grown-ups. There has never been a popularity contest. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Do you know what? David Zaslav, the WB or Turner, head of Turner, I think, or WB, calls me One Bill Phil. That's because I'm the one true genuine article in a business full of counterfeit bucks. If you feel you're here today and full. No, and I owe you an apology. Here it is. I'm sorry that the only people softer than you are the wrestlers that you like. Quote, CM Punk. The same time, I think it was like in that same time frame, Nick Namath called CM Punk soft on Twitter. And
Nick Namath is Dolph Ziggler's brother, by the way. We will just state that.
And pretty much he came to the ring with like a bag and his boots, like simple as in he's not hanging them up yet. But what's your reaction on him returning, him saying that, and him having to have his own show because the locker room didn't want it to be in the same room to separate them?
Okay, I guess.
We'll go with you and then Alex.
No, Adam can go first.
Okay.
All right. So first off, with I thought the promo was good. I liked.
I thought it was excellent.
When I heard, "Tell me when I'm telling lies," I'm like, I love that line. It's true. Like honestly, tell me when I'm telling lies when I'm saying the facts. And like with the common fit bucks or whatever, I'm like, I liked it, but I'm like, was that part of the script? And he got the okay, say it, so that's okay. But then like, I don't know with Punk though, like with the whole thing on, oh, they have to give him a show, another show, may I add?
No,
Because Rampage was a show just for fucking CM Punk, and they're like, let's have another show.
no.
This is like too many.
Punk made Rampage, and then viewership went down, and Dynamite was the big one. Now notice this, and this is gonna.
Where's Rampage now?
Yeah. So basically, we'll go into it. Besides one case, Punk will not be on Dynamite.
No, he absolutely not.
But for CM Punk with the promo was good. When I was listening to it live, when I was listening to it live, when I heard the Bucks, that line, I was hoping it wasn't a jab at the Young Bucks because of we don't need more argument.
Tension.
Yeah, more tension in the back. All I was hoping for is hopefully CM Punk won't be in any more trouble because yes, I like CM Punk, and how many strikes can this guy get?
What do you think about Zach Bresloff, that comment, that one Bill Phil? And basically, he's the head of Warner Brothers Discovery, and that's the network that Tony Khan's trying to make deals with, and I think they paid him like over $1 billion to do that, and it's like, it was all thanks to Punk's help, and like, as you can see now,
Punk's money.
Yeah.
Like it or not, he's money, even though he could be a scumbag. But hey,
It's like
he's a draw because, face it, he was a ex-WWE guy who was big in WWE with the pipe bomb. And he's a guy that's a good mouth talker. He's a good wrestler.
Mouthpiece.
Mouth talker, mouthpiece. He's a guy that knows what to do when telling a story in a promo. That's the biggest thing in wrestling, and like the networks can see his money. As much as everyone, let's be honest, everyone hates to admit it, Punk's money, okay?
yeah, it's like, honestly, he may cost, but does he deserve all this leeway?
The one thing is this: for
Dude,
one Bill
such a
Phil,
price.
it rhymes, so of course it's gonna get a pop with people. Oh
Yeah, we're fucking months with that.
the thing
It
is,
rhymes.
I'm more shocked it didn't start chants in Chicago. One Bill Phil, one Bill Phil.
I don't know if you got the little notes that David on Chicago.
Oh, how many times? How many times they've been to Chicago?
Yeah.
I'll count it. I was going to save this for the end, but yeah, no. So,
While we're at it,
1, 2, 3,
hear the paper.
4. Well, that was, 4, because I was during it. So, no, 3, 4. 4 times.
And that was like within a year and a half.
A year and a half.
But
May I fucking say,
Tony Khan is
fuck
catering.
off Chicago!
hey, we're not upsetting any more Chicago fans.
Sorry, Peno, we love you, buddy.
But the thing is
But
this.
seriously, I just want to say this now. There's other venues besides Chicago wrestling.
Well, here's
Well,
the
well,
thing.
I'm not just saying AEW in general. I'm saying wrestling in general.
But
Seriously,
It's a
look at Hartford.
Adam, what was
Hey,
David
shout
gonna
out
say?
Hartford, Connecticut, by the way.
Adam, wait, what were you gonna say?
It's a hot crowd, and
I get
and
it,
Tony,
but-
no, because Chicago always been a hotbed for
But
wrestling.
I
and
gotta-
But you know what's
also,
sad, though?
It's
Like,
Tony Khan.
you know what's sad though? The past few months with Chicago, is it because the fans haven't been as rowdy? Because it's like, face it, we're going to get another event here.
Yeah,
We're going to
it's
have another wrestling
No,
event
it
soon.
feels like Chicago doesn't sell as much unless if it's a pay-per-view.
Well, look at All In.
Yeah.
Let's go
But
backward to All In.
I just wanted to do one statement, and how many times has CM Punk got injured in Chicago in AEW? That's the real one.
Twice, I think. You got injured twice in AEW.
I'm seeing once.
No, 3 times in AEW.
But we already passed the new generation. We're heading into ruthless aggression right now.
no, add to there.
So
Oh yeah, attitude
So
era.
here's the thing. think about this: the whole inception with AEW or the new company to rival Vince, always been around Punk. All in Chicago, they were hoping Punk would be there, but he didn't. The AEW show, not in Vegas, but like All Out, Chicago. They always went to Chicago because the hype of trying to get CM Punk, and once they got Punk, they cater to him and like they pretty much separate the blue M&Ms from all them.
Here's the thing, like, you spoil a child for so long.
Yeah.
But
It's yeah.
But like, because think about this, because he knew like Punk was the biggest key to go ahead against WWE. But going on, you said what about Hartford? July 29th, 2023, Collision, Hartford, Connecticut. We were there.
Woo! Hartford.
CM Punk brings his red bag and reveals it's his AEW title that he got stripped. Takes a spray can and spray an X, his logo, over the E and calls it the real World's Champion.
But my question is, did you mention when he returned after the scramble? After this return, where he first brought back the bag?
Yeah, I did Chicago. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what do you think about that? It was awesome to see.
It was amazing.
I'm not gonna be biased, even though it was a great, fantastic show. Freaking put that in mind. I would say though, like with Punk spraying the X on the E. First off, I don't know if that's a bash to WWE.
No,
the Elite.
The Elite.
I gotcha.
He's taking out the Elite
But
and putting
here's
him
Because in his mind, he's all wrestling. He's not an elite. He's all wrestling.
But here's the thing, like, with that in mind though, I get this personally, like, and I kind of feel this at some points. It's not all elite wrestling anymore where it's all about wrestling. It's all entertainment wrestling now. It's all entertainment wrestling. I know. AEW Marks. Don't put the pitchfork in. I'm just stating opinions. It's okay.
Dude, this is our second podcast. We're trying to get more.
Well, the one thing is
But hey, it's okay.
The one thing
Tell
is
me when I'm telling lies.
remember, guys, be a part of the Wrestling Appreciation Society.
Not the all
was.
entertainment's
Not the guerrilla warfare that is tribalism.
But
Do you got anything to say about him putting the X? He's taken the Elite out of this title. It's all wrestling.
I remember. I'm just saying, as we were there, I remember us because of he was doing it. His back was behind us, so we couldn't really see it because we were camera side. But it's like, did he just spray the E? And we were questioning it, and then we seen, and it's like, wow, he sprayed the E, and you mentioned that on, I believe, on the our little video blog, and I think that says more on this segment, more.
And honestly, I love the Real World's Champion because wasn't it like almost like
it's
like
the
21 years to the day that Flair
with
the thing, and it makes it sound prestige because it's like it never was taken away from me. I never lost this. You had to do this even though.
Guess what? We'll never find out.
Well, going on. Okay, then let me go on to Dynamite. August 2nd, 2023, Dynamite, and I don't have the location where it is.
Lazy. You just had to put Hartford.
No,
gotta get us over.
This is Dynamite, Adam.
I think it was in Jacksonville, I believe.
Let's be honest, probably Chicago.
No, it was Jacksonville. The Elite announces they resign with AEW and said all of them, so Hangman, the Young Bucks, and Kenny Omega.
So wait, when was this? What year?
It was this year. August 2nd, so a multi-year deal, and said on Dynamite, you can see them on all programming and including Collision, which is Punk's show, and let me get into this because this is another long one. Punk show, and like pretty much, everyone's thinking, did they patch things up? Are they gonna finally do that dream match? Because remember, All In London was announced.
No, Wembley. This is heading into Wembley, so people were speculating: is it gonna be 6-man tag match, Punk and FTR, CMFTR versus the Elite?
Yeah. And it's like the brawl out minus Larry the Dog and
Larry.
and Ace Steel, but it's like that's like the ultimate dream match. Take this negative into a positive, but that's wishful thinking. Going on,
I was just gonna ask: has Punk ever fought Omega?
No.
Wow.
That was a dream match, but
Yeah.
it happened because
So around this time, it was like when the show went off, like setting up for Ring of Honor. There was a sign. This is Hangman Country, and Punk saw it and replied to this. Well, today I went to a local supermarket and I figured out why they call him Hangman Page. It's because the pegs are full of Hangman Page action figures because nobody wants to buy him. He's a peg warmer, unlike me who moves merchandise and pop ratings and sells toys. Quote, CM Punk.
I have on good authority that smart Mark Sterling gave him that advice.
Don't get his name into it, but...
I'm kidding.
no
Smart
Punk,
Mark-
he would follow.
No. Smart Mark is like, get me out of this.
No. People have said it on the Smart Mark show on Twitch, and I was just making a joke because he said it, so...
So, what's your thoughts on...
I think another...
Which we did saw, and it is true.
Yeah. I say another uncalled for line by CM Punk.
Mr. Phil Brooks.
Yeah, but the only thing with it is for Hangman, for the AEW lines, for the figures, one of the big problem was distribution. And if you see them in stores, the ones that you're seeing is the ones that's been out for a while and that people already bought off ringside, while they're most likely looking in stores for the chases. It's for them not selling. It's not a dig at AEW. It's just how many people actually customize figures.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. A lot of the retailers are not some of them are the home customizing, like making customs out of these figures. Most of the people who do that buys off ringside.
Yeah. I agree, but like I thought it was a clever line, but it's like all hope of like, oh, they work things out. Just got crushed here. Your thoughts, Adam?
Wait, that in mind though, with like the whole thing with like him saying the peg warmer thing to Hangman. As, like you guys said, it may be true. Like, yeah, he does sell. Again, an uncalled shot, unprofessional shot. Like, at this point, Hangman didn't really do anything. He wasn't involved in the brawl out of, was it All Out Brawl Out?
Yeah, and thanks for bringing that up. He was not punished because he left.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. Last I checked, Hangman, out of everyone, I feel bad for Hangman. He's the most professional.
And
His thing with like
it felt
freaking
like it felt like Hangman Page has gotten punished even just as much as everyone else, and he's
if not more.
Yeah, and because of the whole thing is this. Look at Hangman's win-loss record as of this year. He was the saddest thing for Hangman Page is I have asked people this: what's the biggest Hangman Page moment you can think of? And this is a topic for another stream. Like when I say Hangman Page, what do you think of? Now that has changed after the recent pay-per-view, but for Hangman, and his figures may not sell him because of they're kind of similar. The tires are very similar. And
So,
yeah.
So, let me go.
I wasn't very funny what I was saying though. Like without, like I said, Hangman, what did he do? And plus, like, out of everything, like, with Hangman, like, and Punk, at this point, it's going on, what, a whole year after that promo?
The brawler, or no, yeah,
the promo.
The promo,
No, that.
I think it's like 2 years.
Wait, which promo?
With,
Workers' rights.
The Hangman, the original.
And I'm sorry, if you still got
No, it would be 1 year. Would be 1 year.
still so good after a few months, come on, man. It's just a fucking promo.
Like, all of this should have been settled before it got out of hand, and this what happens.
The problem is, again, Tony Khan's gotta fucking set things straight. Like, you need... Where's the counseling on Punk? What was it they did it for Sammy Guevara, Jimmy Havoc?
Sensitivity training.
Yeah, where's that with him?
Yeah.
For the big stars especially, like, seriously. Honestly, I say this fucking put all the elite in Punk and sensitivity training.
Well, also this.
Because they're clearly fucking children.
Also this. You're going to need to add more chairs to it because this is going on, and this is like Collision. This happened in Collision. Several names, and I think we talked about this before, but I'm just going to do a quick recap. Several names were told to leave by CM reports by CM Punk. Leave Collision. Isaiah Cassidy, Hangman Page, Matt Hardy. The head of talent relations, Christopher Daniels, was told to leave. And also 2 incidents with talent that happened. The awkward situation with Nick Nemeth, where like he's soft and Punk told him to leave. And also, Ace Steel was hired back, but the big one, and we're going on to this, which I'm just going to read the next one because it intertwines with this. Jack Perry over a Real Glass...
Carmi River.
Yeah,
Real Glass Carmi River.
Real Glass spot while he was told not to use it by Punk, which goes to August 27th.
Oh, here we go.
2023, All In, London, England.
Oh, here we go.
Stadium.
Wembley Stadium.
Oof.
AEW's crowning achievement. During the buy-in, Jack Perry hits, because he came out in a limo, hits the glass and says, glass of the limo is like, come here. Real glass, Crimea River.
Love that line.
So, before I go on, what's your dissection on all of that? Like the names
First
that
off,
got...
let's rewind it because you kind of jumped from one thing to another.
Well, the Jack Perry sort of intertwined.
Yeah, it intertwined, like, basically all these people were asked to leave, and Jack Perry was another name on that list.
Okay,
So,
I just want to flat out say this now. Punk, you're not the fucking boss. Here's the thing, like, Tony Khan should have the last word.
yeah.
Not CM Punk, not Mr. Phil Brooks, Pepsi Phil, whatever you want to call it, Second City Saints, son of a bitch. Here's the thing. That's one thing, like, you gotta realize this. Punk, who's a employee, he's not a VP, he's not a manager, he's not a management or whatever. Who died and gave him the fucking confirmation, the ability...
right to do all this?
Yeah.
Tony Khan.
Yeah.
No,
Tony
exactly,
Khan-
because
they
he's a
gave
big
him-
fucking mark.
He gave him his own show
Yeah,
to
he
run.
gave him the own show to run. But the other thing is this, is one of the biggest things is, if you had problems with, like, these superstars and, like, for the Real Glass situation, you shouldn't have sent CM Punk as what it says now. What people have said, CM Punk confronted Jack Perry on it, and all this is I
heard
Well,
two
go-
different
go-
things.
well, there's many details. There's many.
We haven't even
details.
got that far yet. We're
Yeah,
just
the whole
saying
thing.
on Jack Perry on the Carmi
well,
River Bridge.
well,
I found hilarious.
Well,
man.
here's the thing. Is it, son, because someone brought this up, is it like how he said it? Like said, like, to Jack Perry, like, instead of, like, hey, listen, we don't, like, the tone of it is like, listen, we don't want you to do this.
Like in a normal tone?
Like, we don't want you to use the glass because, trust me, it will hurt you and damage you and basically take lives off your career, and we want you to be there for the future.
In a
and build-
comic tone.
Yeah, or was it CM Punk saying, or is it CM Punk saying, stop being a fucking mark for yourself?
Yeah, the whole thing is this. It all
just how Punk
depends,
approached
but
it.
still, the whole thing is this. It doesn't matter how it was said. And this is how some people may see it. You're trying to. You gave basically. You're taking over the show. This is your show. Oh, and you're telling me what to do. When look at all the drama. It's basically there could have been rumor has it throughout the locker room like, oh, Punk's gonna get Khan to fire people now and all this. We can't stand up to Mr. Punk, and that's the issue there. There's so much that could have been thought.
Honestly, the whole thing is it's.
At the end of the day, it's all unprofessional.
Yeah.
Even like Jungle Boy.
But
as much as I love that line, it was so unprofessional.
But-
He sounded like a little bitch there, like
He did.
like cry me a river.
According to what I believe Jungle Boy said he was trying to play bad guy. He was being the heel, trying to boost his stats so he can basically be a credible heel. I thought I heard that.
Yeah,
here's
but
the
there's
thing,
there are other way to do it.
And look at this. At the end of the day, look who got suspended. Not Punk.
No, they both did.
But Jungle Boy or Punk got fired.
Well, wait.
Jungle
we'll
Boy-
go into
We'll
that.
get into
Okay.
that. But-
I'll get to that after.
Oh,
But
right.
the whole thing is the biggest point on this is Punk got Punk got upset with that line towards him on that. Now Punk just got his dessert, or he just got his cake, because of he did the same thing with Hangman Page. So Jungle Boy just showed Punk what it's like to be on the other side.
No, exactly.
So let me get into the second half of All In London. Before Punk's match, because he was facing Samoa Joe, I think he opened. He opened the match against Samoa Joe.
So Jungle Boy and Hook was the pre-show, I think.
Yeah, and then
that
Punk
was right
was
after.
after.
Yeah, so
So, frickin', where was Tony Khan to intervene there? But Jack Perry approached CM Punk backstage, so there was an altercation. Report says it was in front of Tony Khan. Pretty much, there was a headlock, scraffling, and there was reports that Punk attacked Tony Khan, went for Tony Khan, so we don't know.
But
So, let me
think-
finish this.
I was gonna say, I think I seen video evidence, and this is Tony Khan. Guys, we don't fight. We're friends. We shouldn't fight.
So basically, Punk beats Joe in the opener. He's still the pretty much
Real
world champion. Thank you. Reports say there is security footage of the fight, which is like hearing this, and it was reported during the pre-show that this happened. There was a fight with Punk, and it's like all this. It's like, Jesus, this is like the second time altercation. So, and people were thinking, what's gonna happen? Is Punk gonna get punished? Is Jack Perry gonna get punished? People thought Jack Perry started the fight.
Yep.
People thought that Punk started the fight.
It's like at this point, no one knows.
Both sides said the other one deserved to be fired. Both sides, and that's the Punk side said Perry should have been fired. The Perry side said Punk should have been fired. So I'll leave it at that, and I'll let you
And
continue.
it's like, go to Jack Perry. He's young and stupid, and it's like with the thing going back to like Punk. His big thing was not having them learn from trainers so they don't make the same mistakes as they did. It's like, no, I'd rather learn on my own.
If you think about this now, I'm gonna flat out say, hand grenade in, Punk marks. Jungle Boy is just CM Punk when he was younger. Think about
Yeah.
this. There's many reports on how Punk was back then.
Well,
Like how people like Teddy Hart.
here's the thing.
He said how Punk act like he was a tough guy when he was a rookie, even though like, hey.
But with all that's hearsay and all
Yeah.
that. But with
No, I'm just saying though,
Yeah,
like
he's just saying.
Oh,
he's just
yeah.
reporting. There has been reports.
oh,
that,
well, there's been reports
When
that
Punk-
like
when he was
that
younger.
they said the same thing.
Jungle Boy was just CM Punk back then.
Yeah.
Boom.
So go on, David.
all right, our final thing. We made it through the last thing.
Fucking ass.
So close. And by the way, this is 2 years that Punk has been in the business or been in AEW.
Fucking hell. And he had like, what, like 4 figures?
So Tony.
Yeah, 4.
So pretty much.
No, 5 figures technically.
The chase.
So everyone was wondering what was going to happen to Punk. September 2nd, 2023, Collision,
Chicago.
Chicago,
This
Illinois.
was a
The
funny
whole
shit.
thing is you gotta mention Chicago.
Yeah,
You
slash.
got-
No, I was gonna get there. Yeah,
Oh.
Chicago, Illinois, and this was like internet. Tony Khan fires CM Punk for cause, which means that like I think like just to save his ass, like
Yeah.
if Punk were to sue AEW, and addresses the crowd in Chicago, pretty much that he fired CM Punk. Also during the week, Jack Perry was suspended. An investigation was held, and a discipline committee met with an outside legal counsel. And Tony Khan quote said this: "Is this legalese or is this his lawyer saying it so he doesn't get fucked?"
Wait, Tony Khan said that?
No.
The fans.
No. This is speculation.
Okay.
I was in fear for my life, quote Tony Khan. And pretty much,
At a wrestling show. For the first time he feared for his life at a wrestling show.
yeah, at a
You
wrestling
gotta
show.
add that. That's big
At a
context.
wrestling show. And also with this, 19% of the viewers, after they found out Punk was terminated, left. And with the crowd, you see the crowds now, it's
But,
Like or not,
diminishing.
Punk is money. He is
But-
viewership.
but the one thing is this, and
Were you
also-
shocked that Tony Khan fired him?
I was, but the whole thing
I was
is
kinda
this.
pissed.
One major point. Tony Khan went out on stage and stated this.
Yeah.
he had
went-
balls.
It's like, say what you want about Tony Khan, but the man's hometown, you're saying you fired him, and you know how people get. You watch WWE in Chicago, CM Punk.
Yeah,
You
it
have
was
seen
fun.
them take over a show chanting his name, and you said he was fired right in front of them. They could have threw trash at him. They could have been
Like,
so
security,
rowdy. Yeah,
it
they-
was like.
The whole thing is
Well,
this.
let's just say Chicago wasn't happy, but it's home base for Punk, so yeah.
Yeah.
With that, like, in mind, though, like, with Khan saying, like, that, for, like you said, I give him balls. He got balls for saying that. But, with freaking the whole thing, though, like, he feared for his life, like, I don't know on that. We need more valid proof on that.
Apparently, there's video evidence of
Wait.
it.
But it hasn't been released.
If
to
it
the
goes
public
to
yet.
litigation, we'll see it.
Hey, guys. I heard he said, and who's Punk's best manager?
Steel.
Ace. I heard, or Punk brought Ace Steel and said, sick him.
But
I
with
heard
that in
Ace-
mind, though, like, with Khan,
I
like with that, did he had to say that though? Probably. Like I was like
look.
I was like as much as you hear me ranting on the stream about Punk, like how he was. I like Punk, and I was kind of sad to hear him say,
Yeah.
"Oh, he got fired." Because hey, like I want the CM Punk figures. I want the merchandise. I like Punk. I just hate his attitude towards
Yeah.
others. I hate how he thinks his shit don't smell. You know, Punk, at the end of the day, it does.
And also, like going to this, pretty much it's like every locker room Punk goes to, it's like he has problems with somebody there, if it's management, wrestlers, all this, Vince would have probably tried to squash it, but Tony Khan, he didn't squash it right away, and you'd think he would have learned the first time. He didn't learn the second time. And it's like, oh, I can make money for it. And it's like...
Well, he didn't even learn the fuck... He doesn't know how to learn.
And also, look at this. I forgot to tell you, like, during, like, when Punk was off, he went to a WWE event in Chicago to try to make amends with people. And doing this, Punk was mad of all this. It felt like he wanted to get fired because... It's like, I can't change the culture here. I can't change everyone because everyone is not listening. Look at AEW. Look at the past agents that worked there that left. That left because none of these wrestlers wanted to learn. Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, Cody left. Jade's gone. Punk's gone. Brock Anderson. Pillman Jr., all in one calendar year, and add CM Punk to that. It's like Ace Steel. All those people left around this time. Well, Punk or Cody did like 2 years ago, but you know what I'm saying. And it's like with Tony Khan, it's like he doesn't. He's like he wants to be everyone's friend. It's like, oh, I don't want to deal with conflict. But the thing is, it's like...
You gotta have a fucking...
backbone. Yeah, you're gonna have to backbone. Looking at all of this could have been avoided. Look what the thing that I said in the beginning, the quotes. We're trying to protect you from AEW. The boys don't want you here. So pretty much, what... you know how, like, when Punk left after the brawl out, the locker room doesn't want him? When Punk was on Collision, his locker room didn't want them going there, and that's where the conflict was.
But now let's go to modern day. Do you want to start this, David? Or do you want me to start?
Yeah, we'll start this. So, where's Punk going now? There's only one wrestling promotion. One major one that makes money.
No, as of basically what he's saying, and to compete with AEW, and like that.
Yeah, because AEW's the same guys.
But you...
No.
No, I know. I'm saying
let's face fact. He probably burned his bridge with AEW.
There's theories. We'll discuss the theories. Lately, there has been a person disguising themselves as the devil on AEW, and some fans believe it's CM Punk.
And some fans believe it's Britt Baker or Adam Cole.
But this is the CM Punk theory right now.
Yeah, I know. I just want to say this though: if it's Adam Cole or Britt Baker,
it's just
too obvious.
It will kill the gimmick as it starts. But
here's the thing. Do you think with the talk of it being CM Punk, and Punk is like hearing it and trying to do stuff with it, if it's not CM Punk, do you think it would be a big letdown?
Yeah, I think people will be. But the whole thing is this.
Punk it fits.
Even Punk has on his social media been hinting, am I WWE or am I AEW?
Maybe TNA?
Yeah, the one thing is this for CM Punk though. We stated at the beginning, and don't guys, when you're watching this and if it proves to be he's in WWE, we're not saying he's going to AEW. We're just saying these statements. But in the beginning we said, Ed, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. The idea behind that is, with the devil for MJF, they basically did the storyline with MJF, where he was fed up with the company. He left the company. The biggest thing wasn't Tony Khan saying he wanted him fired, but legally he had no actions. So he was gonna wait or find a way to let him go. Was that a thing or no, David?
No, yeah, like he was frustrated because ex-WWE people are coming in here, and it's almost like what happened to TNA.
and all this, and look at that. This is just theories, but what if CM Punk did the same thing and came back as the devil,
And-
just like I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, but yeah, I was gonna say, and when Punk left, that was the biggest storyline that they were
Yeah.
gonna do, Punk and MJF.
Yeah, and the other thing is this. Remember, when MJF came back, people were shocked. And they played CM Punk's. The greatest trick the devil ever did was make the world think he never existed. That Ring of Honor clip. So much you can fathom, I believe that's the word, around this idea. But if it's CM Punk, great booking. If it's not, let's see where it leads. And how do you feel about that concept with CM Punk with the Fool Me Once?
I like that concept, and it goes back to like the thing, like Fool Me Once, like with the thing how it played, because it happened in one big promotion, now it's happening in another one, and it's like, but here's the other side of the coin. Where is WWE? It's gonna be in Chicago, and the biggest pay-per-view, like of the fall Survivor Series, are they teasing that?
And the last of the
And
Fatal
plus,
Four.
look at this.
The Big Four.
Oh yeah, the last of the big four, yeah.
And look at this. You can do it like this. There has been big debuts and returns in Survivor Series. Is this going to be another one?
And like honestly, imagine the pipe bombs. Adam, you're gonna love this. The pipe bombs that he would do for AEW, like with Tony Khan and all that.
So how do you feel about it, Adam? With the fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Like the idea that, okay, you got me with MJF, but if you're doing the same thing with CM Punk. Is that?
I like it, but like it's too good to be true.
Is it like too? Is it too? Has Tony Khan tricked the fans enough times where it's getting a little stale? Like if it is true.
I don't know. That's a tough one.
David,
you're talking about someone who has a big announcement every other week.
And here's the thing: if he brings Punk back, would it be good? Will he squash that thing, or will the same thing happen again?
But I will say one thing: Punk has been selling his name as smart as possible. He's basically selling which brand will he go to, the Gold or WWE or AEW, and that's the
and he was spotted at Impact Wrestling tapings. And they changed their name to TNA, and also Ace Steel is hired, so there's another place.
And to go with TNA, hey, realize this, is if he goes to TNA, it's like TNA hit the lottery. Punk's gonna bring network deals, even more. Punk's gonna bring a figure line. They're saying they're getting a figure line, but Punk would guarantee it.
And also this. He's a big draw, and that would help.
I don't even think TNA can afford Punk.
That's what I'm thinking.
But the whole thing is Punk. They could if they can't afford Punk, they could make deals like
per appearance.
Yeah,
And
per
plus-
appearance, and
Plus, the deal's going on with like AEW with Impact.
yeah.
Like the partnership with New Japan, because partnership with AEW is sort of out.
And now the question I got for you, the big question is, do you think if he did sign with WWE, he should return in Chicago? He should return at the Survivor Series.
Yeah, I think that's
Honestly, I'm thinking, but what about a Rumble?
That would
That's
be
the
huge,
thing, because of I'm
A
saying the Rumble.
surprise.
I'm saying the Rumble because of this.
Look at
Imagine
AJ Styles.
this is how I would book it. This is how I would book it.
And also, he's no spring chicken.
The Royal Rumble. Start the Rumble with Cody in LA Knight. You book that, then imagine like maybe 4th or 5th, maybe 10th one in. CM Punk. But wait, there's another name that WWE's really been trying to get in their company. And for WWE, who they're trying to get is Okada. I don't know Okada's contract in New Japan, if it's up or what, but if WWE can get Okada for the Rumble as a surprise and CM Punk, that would be listed as the best Rumble ever. No one's gonna argue, oh my god.
They got Okada.
Yeah,
they
and
got
look at
Punk.
this. If Cody Rhodes wins this, no one's gonna be going, oh, Cody's gonna stop Roman streak. Oh my, he's gonna finish the story. That will be outshined by 2 names, and that's CM Punk. So do you book it like that? Do you book CM Punk's return for the Rumble, or if Cody's gonna win it and basically have his moment at WrestleMania? Or do you have CM Punk win the Rumble so CM Punk got what he always wanted to main event WrestleMania?
Yeah.
If he does go to WWE, I think they're gonna give him. But does WWE really need him, or do they really want him back? Because they just heard about the whole AEW thing. Is it worth the hassle, or is it? That's one side of the coin. Or, well, it's one of those things where Tony Khan has been verbally bashing WWE. Is it like, well, this is the biggest
cheap shot.
the biggest dagger in your back?
But the other thing is this, as for that though, is did it sound like Tony Khan wants CM Punk back again, or anything like that? Has it sounded like that? I'm not really. No, he doesn't. Okay, it's the fans. Okay, but notice how WWE hasn't really been. They've been doing subtlety hints and all this, but CM Punk has been doing those hints too for a while now, and also
he just
with
posted
AEW.
it, what was it, Hell in a Cell with the Devil.
Yeah, and those are 2 hints at I'm the devil, or I'm going to WWE. Those are 2 things. Hell in a Cell, War Games. But the big thing is for CM Punk, why is that they're not mentioning if he signed to WWE right away? Because if there's more talks that WWE's getting it, would Tony Khan want him back even more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also what Triple H said, we haven't reached the surface of what we're gonna do for Mania.
Yeah, true. So it's gonna be a big year
Yeah.
coming up. I think they got something up their sleeve. Punk, I don't know if that's gonna be the big ace in the hole. But
And remember, as of now, as of recording, they said they're afraid that people are gonna get overhyped about CM Punk, and they may be disappointed. Is that a cover up?
Yeah. The big thing is this. It's like you said, we're not saying we believe any of these. What we're saying is these are just theories, and we're discussing these theories.
So let's go quick answers, quick round.
But I'm just saying. So respect. Don't comment like negative stuff of if these theories were right or wrong. Don't guys. Go.
Do you think Punk is going to return to AEW, or do you think he's going to return to WWE?
well, that's a tough one. I want him to return to WWE, but it all depends on his attitude.
What do you think?
Do you think Punk smells like money because they
Oh, he
just
definitely
got-
smells like freaking green.
But my question is this: we know Vince McMahon could definitely handle CM Punk, but now I think it's official, or is it true that Vince is out of commission and basically
Yeah.
he is no longer doing the
He
creative?
still owns some shares.
he owns shares,
but
but
he's out
he's-
of creative.
Yeah, he's out of creative. Can Triple H handle CM Punk?
He got Bruno back and Warrior. So
But that's yes, you can get people back.
very persuasive.
But not the persuasive part. But if Punk starts stuff in the back, could Triple H handle it?
Yeah, because Punk had a feud with Triple H.
Yeah,
So
because of look at there has been a lot of people who talked on negativity.
So
on
yes or
Triple H.
no? Is he going to AEW or WWE?
My want is AEW, but I think if he goes to AEW, you can get more out of the mileage. Meaning, like you will get the finish to the feud to MJF. You will get
So finish
the closure.
story.
You will get closure. I wouldn't say finish the story. I would say the closure. All right, and look at this. There are tons of dream matches in both companies. Like, heck, CM Punk and Gunther would be interesting. Let's see. Heck, I would even love to see CM Punk versus Baron Corbin.
Corbin would be interesting.
That's
what I'm curious about. But
yeah.
with that in mind, though, I think we covered up the scrum of CM Punk.
So what do you think? AEW or WWE?
WWE. Alpha.
I think WWE, but it's.
I'm thinking WWE, but I don't think right away. I think they're gonna milk.
Yeah,
Oh, they're
the-
going to milk the
The
cow.
one
Jack.
thing is this: I'm hoping they don't have him debut in Chicago. The only reason I think there's a bigger impact at the Rumble, because of the biggest thing is the road to WrestleMania, and if you can get tons of surprises for that Rumble, heck,
It's WrestleMania 40, so they're gonna have to go all out.
And my question is for you: what Rumble is this? What number?
I don't know.
Let's see.
88. So
88,
So-
98, 2008. Okay,
What
so
came
it's,
first, Rumble or WrestleMania? Think that.
No, so 88 was the first Rumble. David said.
Yeah, when
So
was
that's
WrestleMania?
20,
Was the first.
So 2018, and that's been 30 years. So 29. Okay, so 29 would or 19, 19 would be
WrestleMania 40 and 88 was the first Rumble.
So 88. So yes, I had it. So 98, 2008, 2018. So 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. This is the 35th annual Royal Rumble. If my numbers is correct, it's the 35th, and actually
Yeah.
no, it would be the 36th because that would be 2024.
yeah, so
So-
it's 36 or 37th. It may be.
Do you think you bring back the 30-man Rumble for this occasion?
The 40 man, I would like that.
I think it's way too big. But when it comes to CM Punk, to steal a thing from Sting, nothing's for sure.
But
He may just retire. He has the money.
I know, but what I'm saying is, as just generally talking for WWE, do you think the men Rumble should be 40-man and the woman's 30 woman?
I think so.
Just so the 40th-man Royal Rumble, the 40-man Royal Rumble, you can have all these surprises and heck debuts.
And also, just a side thing, Roman said he's willing to work with Punk if he return. Like, all these people say they're willing to work with Punk.
And
But he's going to have to do the work also.
And plus,
Yeah.
if Punk faces Roman at WrestleMania, look at the storytelling there. whose side is Paul Heyman on? Are we gonna get History of Survivor Series where Paul Heyman betrayed Roman Reigns for a family in CM Punk? Or you could do so much. Who will wear the crown at the end? The best in the world or the tribal chief? That is gonna be a good story.
But with that going on here, I would say like we covered all the bases with CM Punk, Mr. Phil Brooks, Mr. Pepsi Phil. He got a bunch of nicknames. We filled the grounds out and we explained our opinion on things.
In depth. We did.
But with that in mind, guys, with this podcast going to the end, if you guys like this podcast with CM Punk, please let us know what else you want us to talk about. Mind, if you haven't known this, this is on Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube.
But you don't want to discuss any more on?
Nope.
But with that in mind, thank you everyone for listening in. This has been Adam.
This has been David.
This has been Alex.
We'll see you guys in the next podcast.
Happy Thanksgiving.
And I don't know when this can be uploaded, but happy Thanksgiving. This is a late Thanksgiving happy.
Yeah.
See you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
We won 6.
Alright guys, that is the end of the podcast. Sorry guys, I'm sorry we didn't comment. We were just more focused on the podcast. This is going on Spotify, so. With that in mind, here's my news question of the day. If you could compete in any against any cartoon in Ninja Warrior, who would you choose? Wild Coyote.
No, you want to face Wild Coyote in a Ninja Challenge?
Think about it, him falling would be funny.
Yeah, but I would choose someone who, whatchamacallit, I can easily beat. Like maybe, let's see.
Maggie?
No, I'm saying like a really big person and who has trouble moving.
Oh, from Jackie Chan Adventures.
Yeah.
I forget his name, but well, with that in mind, guys, we are ending early tonight. We got podcast over. We aren't gonna rate anyone tonight because I feel it's kind of fun with the podcast.
And
But I hope you guys enjoyed.
the only people we can really rate is New Legacy and
We've been rating them a few times, so we're gonna leave it off. But with that in mind, I hope you guys have a fantastic day.